This is the YONGNUO 85mm F1.8S DF DSM, a medium telephoto prime lens designed for Sony E mount cameras, and it's sitting right in front of me. The first thing that caught my attention when I unboxed it was its build quality. Let me tell you, this thing has some weight to it. It feels solid in the hand, and the metal construction gives off a sense of durability that I always look for in a lens. Not only does it look sleek with its compact design, but it feels like a product that could withstand regular use over time. And hey, it's not overly large either, so I can easily carry this around when I'm out shooting. When you hold it, the weight and build really stand out. It's not that kind of lightweight plastic-feeling lens where you're second-guessing its durability. I like that it feels sturdy, and there's this satisfying smoothness when using the focus ring. It's responsive, and switching between autofocus and manual focus is seamless, thanks to the handy switch on the lens body. What's even more useful for me is the inclusion of a custom button on the lens. This little programmable button can be customized to do specific tasks depending on how you like to shoot. It's a neat feature that adds versatility without overcomplicating the design. And yes, the lens came with a hood, which I always appreciate, as it cuts down on glare and offers a bit of added protection for the glass. The minor downside is that the material seems to attract fingerprints. You might find yourself wiping it down more often than expected. Now, let's talk about how it handles during actual usage. First, I paired this lens with my Sony A7R III, and it fits perfectly. It's a full-frame lens, so I wanted to see how it stacks up for portrait photography. Given that an 85mm focal length at f1.8 is essentially made for that purpose, immediately I noticed the buttery smooth bokeh it produces when wide open at f1.8. For those who aren't familiar, bokeh refers to that beautiful blur effect you get in the background, which helps isolate your subject. And at this aperture, whether you're shooting portraits or still life photography, the results are impressive. In terms of sharpness, the lens performed better than I initially expected. My subjects came out crisp where they were supposed to, with some solid detail. I noticed, though, that the edges of the frame were a little softer. Nothing deal-breaking, but something to consider if you're a stickler for pixel-level performance. The lens's autofocus is one of my favorite aspects. It's powered by a digital stepping motor, which means it's quick and silent. I tested this lens for some outdoor shots and video work, and it locked focus accurately without that annoying noise some older lenses might produce. This makes it a solid option for photographers and videographers alike, especially if you're looking to shoot in quieter environments like weddings or events. From my experience using this lens, I found it particularly great for portrait sessions. I tested it both indoors with controlled lighting and outdoors under natural light, and it held up nicely in both scenarios. The lens's ability to focus quickly and render such a shallow depth of field made my subjects pop in almost every shot. While the focus speed is good for stills, I will admit that for video work, there was a bit of noticeable focus breathing. Focus breathing is when the frame slightly shifts as the lens adjusts focus. And while it's not uncommon for lenses in this price range, it's something I kept an eye on during filming. If you shoot video as much as I do, you won't notice it, especially if you're going for those dramatic focus pull effects. Now let's shift gears and discuss a few quirks that caught me off guard. One thing I noticed was the level of chromatic aberration, especially when shooting against strong light sources. This often appears as a slight purple or green fringing around the edges of your subject. It's not horrible, and you can fix it in editing, but it's definitely something you should be aware of. Another aspect is the vignetting, which is when the corners of your image appear darker compared to the center. This is visible at wider apertures like f1.8. Though stopping down the aperture to around f4 significantly reduces it. Again, vignetting is often correctable in post-processing, but for those who prefer flawless straight-out-of-camera images, this may feel like an extra step. My biggest gripe, though, would probably be the manual focusing experience. While the focus ring itself is smooth, it almost feels too free or loose, making precise adjustments a bit tricky. If you're someone who relies on manual focus for creative shots, it might take some getting used to. Lastly, while I appreciate the dust and water-resistant rubber sealing for the mount, I wouldn't say this lens is ready to fully brave heavy rain or extreme outdoor conditions. It's good for light weather protection, but do keep that in mind if you're planning to use it for rugged adventures. In conclusion, the YONGNUO 85mm F1.8S DF DSM is definitely a lens that offers a lot of value for its price. It strikes a balance between solid build quality, ease of use, and exceptional performance where it matters most: sharpness, bokeh, and autofocus. It's perfect for portrait photography and even everyday use if you're looking for a versatile, medium telephoto lens. While there are minor notes like chromatic aberration, vignetting, and a bit of a finicky manual focus experience, these drawbacks are pretty minor, considering the affordability of this product. If you're just getting started with portrait photography or looking to add an affordable but capable lens to your camera bag, I'd recommend this one. The lens's customizable features, portability, and quiet autofocus make it easy to use and beginner-friendly, while still offering enough features for more seasoned shooters. It's one of those lenses that feels just at home on a full-frame Sony like my A7R III as it would on a compact APS-C body. I'll leave the details about the YONGNUO 85mm F1.8S DF DSM in the comments for you to check out. See you in the next video.